All right, everybody, so welcome back to another episode of Colton Posey Fishing. Today, we're going to be talking about a specific situation you might deal with, you know, kind of maybe in the middle of the week after you get off work, or maybe on the weekend because you get a late start. But we're talking about midday early summer fishing. So stay tuned. This is something you don't want to miss. All right, guys, so before we jump into the breakdown, I just want to say if the video helps you at all, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Also, subscribe down below. Those are the two easiest ways to help support the channel and help support the work that I do. Also, comment down below if you ever have any questions, anything you want to add, or you just want to talk fishing. I love hearing from you guys. So, we're talking about going fishing in the middle of the day. And when I say middle of the day, I'm talking anywhere from, you know, that 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock is when you show up. You know, that midday bite where it's typically just tough. You show up, there's people getting out of the water and stuff like that. You know, it can be a very difficult time. Number one, because it's hot. Number two, the boat traffic can be terrible, especially when school lets out with the kids and stuff like that. There's just a lot of scenarios that can happen. But it can be a great time or a great opportunity to learn about what the fish do, especially if you're a tournament fisherman, because, you know, a lot of your tournaments and stuff, they're going to be over the weekend. And that's typically when the most fishing pressure and the most boat traffic and stuff is. And it's just a great time to be on the water and really, really hunker down and learn if you let it be a learning experience. So either way, check out the footage, and I'll catch you here in just a few minutes to talk about exactly what happened and what was going on through my mind. Good. Yeah, that's a good one. Moving out. Oh, there's water going down my leg. Not hurt. Hey, get in between that bridge cross there. See if you can rip one off there. Get out of you. It's a monster, boys, it's a monster. Bow to your sensei. Have you saw those? You ever saw that on Facebook? Oh, that's another good one. Up here, that's a good one. Oh yeah. Had him in his mouth. Good spot. Thank you. We followed that. There it is. Sorry, bro. Got it right in the eyeball. Look how bad he is. Little butterball. Look how fat that joker is. I'm strong on this. See, still all over my there. Well, you got anything finesse? You got anything finesse? I don't know. I got some more in the dark hand. Bigger. Oh, I thought we had them bigger. We got some, two.
You think you good too? Oh yeah. I think you said step in the bird pool.
That was big. Once he hit it, I thought he would. All of us in the sport of bass fishing are always looking for something to give us that edge, where it help us catch more fish, stuff like that, but we also want to do it in an affordable way, right? So one of the biggest companies I can tell you about right now is Vantage Tackle, okay? Vantage Tackle is an online retail site. Basically what he does is he sells custom built baits that are made from here in the US, from regular people like me and you who just love the sport of bass fishing. Hand quality care goes into every single bait. I can guarantee it because I've used just about everything that they got. But you know, we're talking hand tie chatter baits, spinner baits, crank baits, soft plastics, anything you can imagine. If you purchase anything over $100, you get free shipping, but also if you want to save some money, use Colton 25, you'll get 10% off. Helps me out a whole lot, helps those guys out a whole lot. Make sure to check me out at Colton Posey Fishing. I wasn't 100% sure if I got bit, but I did. They right up against the pillar. Yeah, I didn't get a good hook set. Pretty good. Good spot. Bill Manor all kind of tore up. Look at my Oh yeah, that's good. That's large, my. Show the folks at home. Oh. Large mouth.
Yeah, good.
The wind's done all right, my turn.
That's a good bass.
Oh yeah.
I think so. Yeah. Just hang a little bit.
These fish living on this pillar, they done said Wheeler's done figured out your shenanigans.
Maybe not, maybe not.
A little large here, I think. Yeah. Lordfish. Well, somewhere around 8 to 10. And now we fishing in the middle of the day too, though, you know.
Yeah.
Bird down got my line. What was going on? I guess I'm glad he did. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah. Decent one.
Yeah. Sorry, bumped into my camera. Dude, no kidding. That bird. Yeah. Fat. That bird, as soon as I threw, got my line that jerked the dart head away from the column, and I guess he bit it. That's funny. Same thing, that bird got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You a bird man. Pretty.
But too long, boy. He just spinning. Large head. Beat up though. The same little squirt.
Yeah, about something don't wrong.
Pretty little spot, though. High wide. Oh! Ow! Got me. There's one large head. Keep showing up. Oh, come on. There he is. Straight out, bro. Straight out. Woo! Oh yeah, you screwed up there, didn't you? No. Hard not to throw it. Got him? Good? Does it? Ah, got him foul hooked.
Boat that old rod up, boy.
Oh, they fight, dude, they fighting over it.
Man, look at you, that's them tail.
I just don't trust him, right? That's why. Idea. Oh! Oh!
Smart.
Kadoosh!
Oh, fish.
Oh man. Oh man. That wind.
Yeah, wind.
It was at this moment Colton was confused as to if back of the boat Brad may have desecrated his drawers.
Every one of the products that I use, the boat wash, the all-purpose cleaner, the musket especially, comes in big handy. I think it's a great product as far as, you know, just for what I need, keeping everything nice, tidy, and clean, and doing it in a, you know, a quick, efficient way, right? Because I mean, I don't want to get home from being on the water for, you know, 12, 13 hours and then, you know, have to spend 2 more hours just cleaning up everything. So it, you know, it just made everything a lot quicker, a lot more efficient. The eco-friendly parts really got me, got a thumbs up for me, especially simply because I want to keep our outdoors clean because that's how I make my living. That's how, you know, me and my family enjoy our spare time also. So guys, I gotta say, I'm Colton with Colton Posey Fishing, and I highly suggest the Salty Captain products to keep my stuff clean. Got him. Running all the way down. He hit it 2 or 3 times. There he is. See all that shad, all them shad. Look at all of them just spitting all that shad up.
Keeping it out.
Yeah, trying to get him off of there. I don't think he will. Got him. All right, that one. A lot better. Yeah. Large head. Dude, that's a large head.
Sure is.
Yep. He's gonna try to get me. All right, guys, so jumping into it, we pull up to the lake at about 11:49. We got some people, you know, getting out of the water, people riding around on jet skis and pontoons. And one of the first things that we decided to do is man-made structure, because we noticed there's not a lot of wind. And a lot of times this time of year when there's not a lot of wind and you don't see those fish active on the surface, they like to push the stuff and get really tied up against it. So that's what we figured out real quick with that underspin. Get a couple good fish in the boat off the underspin that were very close to the pillar. I noticed that the bites that I was getting were extremely close to the pillar. If I threw too far out or too far in, they just wouldn't you know, commit to it. So, you know, we get those bites, we round it up, and we put, you know, a couple puzzle pieces together and say, well, we're going to run to another man-made structure, which is another bridge, and we catch a few more fish, and then we run to another bridge and we catch a few more fish. So we've got this pattern established that we want to run man-made structure just because of the heat of the day. We've caught some better fish, we've caught some smaller fish, but either way, we're putting fish in the boat, which is typically what most of my viewers want. You typically want to just go out, have fun, and catch a bunch of fish, and I agree with you, and a lot of the times that's what I do, which a lot of times I like to chase bigger fish also when the situation arises. But On the other hand, we're looking, there's only 3 bridges really on this lake, so you know, we're really looking for another man-made structure. So we run up to the dam, and that's where it hits off, and we catch, I don't know, several fish off of the dam. And some of them better fish, some of them smaller fish, especially for this lake. They're, you know, 8 or 9 pounds wins up here a lot when it comes to tournaments and stuff like that. So, you know, this isn't really like a gunner's bowl or anything like that. And it can be a tough fishery, and it can be an extremely fun fishery, which may sound, you know, a lot like the lakes or the river systems that you fish. Either case, after that, the wind starts kind of picking up a little bit, and we decide, you know, we want to run something a little different after we fish another, or the same bridge that we started at again, and catch a few fish off of it. But we decided we want to run something different and just see if we can kind of get another pattern going. So we fish a main lake point that's got some wind on it, and you know, the winds are not strong up here today. I mean, you can see it in the background. I mean, there's a little bit, but it's not enough to cool you off or anything really. So, you know, either way, we push to these points and we fish this point, and nothing's really going on, but we see fish starting to bust out, you know, towards the main part of the lake where you typically drive out in the channel, and then we see a flat across from us getting a lot of wind on it. We start seeing bass bust all over it. So we swap to the top water, we swap to the jerk bait and stuff. We start catching several fish doing that scenario right there, and it's something that we can follow up on. But it's getting late in the day, we're burned up, and you know, it's kind of one of those things where we're just going to call it. But you know, what I hope you learn from the video is, you know, if you're catching them one way, looking for other puzzle pieces throughout the day can help you, you know, get a couple of patterns established. Sometimes it's hard to establish a couple of patterns. Sometimes it's hard to establish just one pattern. But when you get those patterns going and you start taking your time and paying real close attention to what's going on, pay attention to the surroundings around you. I know we've pretty much all got live scope, 2D sonar. We've all got something on our screens that we can look at, and you know, it can be very, very useful. But really, just looking around at your surroundings is going to be one of the best things that you can do this time of year, especially as the bass start schooling up. You know, we're in early summer. I say early summer, we're pretty much in summer here, but you know, it's still classified as early summer. But you know, a lot of fish out on the main lakes, a lot of fish on your flat areas and stuff like that that's got vegetation coming off of it with a deep channel dropping off. Yeah, you know, either way, guys, pay real close attention to what the fish are trying to tell you. I promise they talk even though you can't hear it. If the video helps you at all, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It helps me out a ton. Subscribe down below. I got you covered every Monday, Thursday, and Friday with new bass fishing videos. Also, comment if you ever have any questions, anything you want to add, something you want to share with the community to help the community out, or you just want to talk fishing. I love hearing from you guys. I'll see you next time.